Oh, good morning. Happy Friday, everybody. It's the end of the week. Time for some beautiful weekly candle closes, right, Tracker? We're going to get them, yeah? Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right. It's looking pretty awesome. I was just telling my followers or my subscribers this morning, Bitcoin is only up 1.2% in the last 24 hours, and suddenly everyone's a believer in crypto all over again. It's like
It's
they
weird
just
how that
rediscovered
works.
it. I was going to say, oh, hey, so everyone out there listening to the show, remember that Friday night after market closes, sometimes it's Saturday, whenever Matt feels like it, he puts out the weekly update, and he's been doing. Usually it was only Tesla and Palantir, but now he throws some other goodies in there. So be sure and catch that weekly update after the close of the week.
Yeah, they've been getting more and more popular. Everyone's getting a couple thousand views on YouTube now, so that's cool. Thank you guys
Yeah,
for the support. Yeah.
they're very important.
And it's Happy International Cat Day too. What the heck is going
Yeah,
on here? We gotta wish Happy Cat Day.
I just did. I took Rumble Belly's advice and did a commented on one of Cat's posts. Happy International Cat Day.
Very good. All right, well, let's get started here. So, what I'm looking at for SPY is I made a post a couple days ago on X about 633, 634. Closing above that would be probably continuation to all-time highs again, and so that's the top of my Gann square that I have here on this chart and its linear scale, and we can see that that's right around 633.50. So I would really like to see this level reclaimed and not just turn into a wick and stay below. So let's watch that 633.50 all day, see if it can actually stay above it for that continuation higher. If not,
And
it's still
my
resisting.
target's still it's the mark of the beast. 666 is where I'm looking for the SPY to start getting unstable. I should say.
Well, that's way up here, so that's a good
Yeah.
ways away. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the QQQ, same situation. I'd like to see kind of continuation towards all-time highs. And then we have the 578.46 right here, which is the 1.272. That's what I want to see try to be broken. Probably not today, but maybe in the weeks to come. And IWM, what I really want to see the most is just stay above this 219.87 right there and inside the cloud, and just give it a few more weeks, and it's just going to exit the cloud naturally and be able to go towards the 22680 or above. And it's a bullish chart, right? I mean, could it come back down and retest the 212? Maybe, but it already did that, so it's not really necessary. And then we have Bitcoin right here. And Bitcoin, we can see that price is really trying to find stability above this arc again, which is right around 115,200, 115,300. So that's the level to watch the most right there for Bitcoin. And for Tesla, what am I looking at for Tesla? I want to see a weekly candle close above this 321.32. That'd be incredible. If that happens, then we could probably start to see prices continue higher, because also when you add on the Ichimoku cloud too, it'll also be above that conversion line, which is 319.70. And if you add on the indicators right there, it'll be back above not those. It'll be back above all the indicators, all the moving averages, the baseline conversion line, inside the cloud, above the 702. It'll be a beautiful setup for continuation higher. And people that are always so scared at support, I just don't understand it. But don't let your emotions get in the way. Tracker.
Yeah. Let's see. I don't really have anything to add on Bitcoin. It's going to be grand. Here's my Tesla chart, 16-hour candlesticks. And yeah, the level I want to see obviously is for it to get back on top of this 2976, 29.716 level, 329, get over $329, test back to it, make it support, and then it can go back to, its regularly scheduled program of heading for at least the 618 here, maybe the 764. Yeah, and the 618 is 453.25. That's above that, it was once upon a time, all-time high for the longest time, 414.50. Anyway, look for a retest of 420.69 one of these days. I don't know. That'll be fun to do. They remember the last time Tesla traded sideways for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. There was like a period of time when it traded sideways for like 6 or 7 weeks. It was right here, and look what happened after it was done trading sideways. It did all that. So look for something similar to happen after all this sideways action. it finally moves up. When everyone stops buying all the calls, when everyone stops buying calls, then it'll run up. Let's see. Oh, I wanted to show this little chart here. I published this for my subscribers yesterday. Why volatile stocks are so painful to hold, and it's so obvious in retrospect, but just to see it here, I draw these charts just like this one here with these. It's just easy for me to draw these lines, 1, 2, 3. The tool comes with these straight lines, but that's not how the stock behaves in between all these points. No, what you actually get are all these. We talked about the cup and handles yesterday during the show. You get these cups and handles and more handles. And so the reason why volatile stocks are so painful to hold is because this is just a picture of the post, actually. You have a very short time to sell at the top. You have this little, it runs up, and then it's up there for just a little bit. And then suddenly, if you bought up here, it's terrible because then you spend all this time, your FOMO makes you have to wait all this time for recovery. And a lot of people give up anywhere inside this this pink part. Like probably the best places to give up is right at the top, but a lot of people will just hold and hold and hold and hold and hold, and then they'll sell. But, myself, I just held. I should have sold here, and I didn't. And I said, it's wave 3. I'm going to hang on, and it'll just keep going. I don't want to lose the bottom. And it did all this retracement, and I lost subscribers, and I also felt terrible with myself, and people were calling me names. But all we have to do is just wait a little bit longer, and you'll be up here again. And then, the other part that's missing from this chart is the massive run up that it has just before this. Everyone immediately forgets about that. Once it's hit the top and then starts retracing, everyone forgets about how much money they made or how much money they missed. It's just suddenly, oh no, the stock is terrible. Anyway, I wanted to share that with everybody because it's a good picture to have. All right, here's the actual SBET chart in the background. This is a request SBET, and this is a position that I took. And I still really, don't touch that. And I really like it. So SBET, it has made a cup, and it's working on the handle, right? And it's kind of also, it's doing it inside this triangle that you can see. Let me just turn off the Ichimoku so you can see my drawing a little bit better. And so once it finishes this triangle, it should probably break out of the top, test back to the top of the triangle, and then head up again. You can see it kind of lines up with this blue zone of, these are linear. I think it's a linear, it's this linear range between the 298 and the 50% level, but log scale. Anyway, it's just around the 786 here. We have to test the 786, fail it, then get over the 786 to the 886, which then, that's usually where stuff wants to break out from. So it might send it all the way back again. Hopefully not, but we'll see. From 79 to 81 to 20, that's crazy. Maybe it just sends it back to the 298 or the 702 here. Anyway, so I'm definitely bullish from here. From where price is right now it's up here. Last when I looked at this yesterday or the other day, it was 292% to go higher. Now it's 237% to go higher to reach where this A is up here at 79.81. That's SBET. I'm going to throw it back to you, Matt, if you're ready.
Yeah, let's take a look what's really developing. What else? Let's just why not jump into XRP since people are
XRP. I want to see XRP.
So I have let me just switch my screen.
I'm sorry, I should have given you more warning.
No, I was gonna do something else, and then I was like, then I saw some XRP comments, so I'm like, I'll just jump to that. So it's fine. Here's XRP, and I have the fib back because I was showing the 310 level fib from a long time ago, but now it's really important to try to just keep closing above the previous 2018 all-time high wick.
The previous all-time high.
That's
it's
the
ready for price discovery.
If that is a thing, I don't believe in it. But
right, because you already know what the prices are.
Well, when you use GAN, you can just visualize it, right? So you can see, there's possibilities all the way up here, all the way here. So yeah, you don't really.
You have to understand, he's a magic man.
Yes, magic. So yeah, let's watch this 331.7 for the rest of the week into the weekend. Maybe try to break it, flip it back to support because it did close 1 week above it before, but ever since then, it has not been able to close any kind of weeks above it. So let's continue to watch that 331.7, stay above it. If so, maybe $8, $9 could be next, right? I think
it did those last liquidity grabs just before it's ready, before it'll go up.
Yeah, and I made a post yesterday too. The monthly conversion line is finally rising again, which right when they start to announce that the lawsuit's over, basically. So that was the perfect time to release some news, right? You just wait enough time for the averages to catch up to price, and then just go. So there we go. 331.7 is the target, though. Just try to close the rest of the week above it for that continuation in the weeks to come. That's what I'm watching the most right there. And I see Cororeium again. A lot of requests from Cororeium here in the past. And Cororeium, I forget which chart I always look at. Was it the Gate.io, or was it the Poloniex? I don't remember which one.
Matt, did you miss your coffee this morning?
Yeah, but yes, I did. But I forget which Cororeium I always look at. I don't even know.
Is it not Bitstamp? Usually Bitstamp has got the best.
Well, I don't think they have a Bitstamp on this one.
Oh, no.
Yeah. But yeah, I had a Cororeium here, but I don't know where it went. Bitmart. But anyways, if you look at the conversion baseline in Cororeium, it's still stuck below it on the monthly chart. So on the high time frame here, if you're looking for it to get a lot more bullish, it's going to have to start to break above that. And the last few times it's attempted to break above, it always has failed. So I think the monthly indicators anyways are the best thing to pay attention to for Cororeium, right? Just because that's right around 22, 23 cents. If it still is stuck underneath it, it has no chance to explode higher. So that's just the basic thing for that. And I think I'll do one more, the VBPR. And yeah, monthly indicators on this one is actually a good thing to look at as well, because the conversion baseline has been unable to break above. And that has been a major resistance ever since it kind of just tanked back in 2021. So if you're looking for a more bullish VBPR, that's the same thing as Cororeium. It's got to break above the conversion baseline, and that's right around the 478, 530, and then you got the 606 above. So right now it's just range bound, trying to get more bullish, but it's unable to break any kind of high time frame resistance just yet. All right, go ahead, Tracker, back to you.
All right, I just want to toot my own horn here. I called this top here for the trade desk at the 382.9168. It just barely, like you can see the 16-hour wick that just touched it. And then after that, I was expecting a 382.236, but it seems like 2025 just loves to really pull the rug out from their people. They had earnings last night. The earnings were fine for the most part. It met expectations and all, but just, the market makers or whoever just really sold this off. And I guess it triggered a cascade of stop losses or something. So it dropped below the 236 and it's going for the 11.4. So I just wanted to tell you guys, this is an amazing opportunity to buy basically what I call, would say a blue chip stock of tech. The trade desk, they do advertising, custom advertising. Anyway, it's look for a bottom at 57.39, and then it's right back on its way again, probably to the one, at least the 1236. So that's from our prices now, that's 240% higher. Like yesterday, before it sold off, there's only 120% to go. But now with the sell-off, there's 240% to go. So it's a huge gift. I sold a little bit of my XXRP last night when it was really high and bought Trade Desk. Actually, Trade Desk was about here when I bought it last night. But that's fine. I don't mind it dropping and then coming back. So anyway, there's that. And then another thing I want to show you guys, another amazing opportunity, is for my subscribers. I called this bottom for QS, QuantumScape, down here at I just said that this was the bottom right here. Based on what I said, based off of this log scale 236. Yep, at 807. 807 was the backs. So this is a really cool chart too. On log scale, it once had an all-time high of 132.73 back here, and it's just doing retracement recovery. So it went 382, 236, and I think it's headed for the 618. on log scale, which is 32.74. So you can just buy it now and hold it all the way to $34.02. That's a 250% improvement from where price is now. You could screenshot this chart and then try to trade all these little bits here, bits and bobs. But this is a pretty good deal. I bought a bunch of QuantumScape down here near 807, and Okay, now back to the request part of the show. Somebody asked for Blackberry. I'm going to go over here. Oh, him's got a big back test too, didn't it? Anyway, well, if somebody requested that, I'll show that. But oh, wait, this is the wrong chart. Let me go over here. Blackberry. All right, so Blackberry, I was looking for a 618-236. We got more than the 236. So based off the chart we just saw, where it went 618-114, it could easily do that. It could be coming down to test this moving average 300 down here on the 16-hour chart. That's down here at about $3.33. It didn't quite get to the 618, so perhaps it won't quite get to the 11.4. So if you want to buy at the dip, get it anywhere near 338 and above, I'd say. Really anywhere in this blue level is pretty good. In fact, this blue level could even be support now at this is the log scale 382 right here. It went to 786, log scale 382. It kind of put a toe over, couldn't get higher. It still put in a higher low. I don't know. It seems very likely it could go a little lower. I just say your buy zone's between 363 now and just before it gets to about 338. Okay. And then I'll do one more and then throw it back to Matt. Let's see. What do people want? Blackberry. I'll try to do. Oh, here. Let's do EOSC. I hope I'm not. I don't mean to. If I'm catching more than one request from the same name, it's not on purpose. Let's see. EOSC. This is my log scale chart. Let me go back to linear scale chart because my predictions are linear scale for the price movement here. 764,382 is the flavor of 2020. No. 618,382 is the flavor of 2025. It's very likely that it could be at resistance right now. That could have been resistance yesterday. And a rotation into crypto and AI means we could be coming out of energy and chips. So, yeah, maybe be careful here. EOSC could be headed back for 537 next, which is from where price is right now, about almost 20% lower, 19% lower to touch 38.2%. It might take a long time too, because look where the moving average 300 is way back here. So like just sort of tracking this motion, or the trajectory, it might be stuck in wave 2, subwave 2 here until, October. Woo. All right. So anyway, EOSC, be careful. If I'm wrong, it gets over 680 and then goes to $7.68 next. All right. There's EOSC. All right. And then back to Matt.
Yeah, I'll do Coinbase next. Here we go.
Did we miss the chance to buy the dip on Coinbase?
Well, I mean, you can't always be too greedy in a bullish trend, right? It nailed the baseline, and the monthly conversion line was the same price, right? So it went back down there and hit both of it, and that was at 293. So I mean, that was really a good opportunity. If you were shy in the 300s, maybe you could just start nibbling in the 290s. But yeah, it's never a guarantee to go back down there. But we're looking for a close above the 886, the 318.95. And if we get it, then perhaps it does not need to go back at all. But if we don't get it, then there could still be an opportunity for lower levels again, because that 318.95 needs to become a support again before we actually have momentum to continue the journey higher. So let's just watch today's weekly candle close, 318.95. That's what I'm watching the most with that chart. Let's look at AMD as well. And I made a post to subscribers a couple days ago after earnings, just saying, like, if it went down to that 159 zone, it would have been beautiful. And that's just like a wick through this previous 2021 high right here. And that's exactly what happened. So there was no guarantee to go back down to this 145 at all. At the top of the cloud did look like it kind of wanted to maintain support as well. So it's just a big, beautiful breakout back test. And I think the potential to stabilize above this 164 zone is there, right? And if so, then we can actually continue the journey higher, higher and higher. And the next levels up here going to be around the 185. The next resistance is going to be these candles back in July last year. And then we're going to have the 222. That's going to be the important level to break above right up here to get a lot more bullish. But yeah, I'm watching, mostly I'm watching 164, right? Stay above it. It'll get more bullish, but it already went back down there. So that was the opportunity, not guaranteed to come back down there again. And look at Nvidia as well. And Nvidia, what I want to see for Nvidia is actually from this January high, April low, closing above the log base 1.272. That would be the first time ever in history to do so. So 178.80 would be that number to close above for the potential to keep going higher and higher. And this is literally just a continuation and a melt up without any kind of retraces at all. There was one right here when it broke into all-time highs back in June. It did do a back test, breakout back test for the continuation higher. But now let's see if it can close above this 178.80. And if so, it can get a lot more bullish. But until then, I'm still not convinced it wants to just continue to melt up to the 193 because, A, we don't have a close yet. Today is the last day. Let's see if it can close above. And B, it could just be also a fake out and also retest lower levels too. So the true opportunities for this was way lower for accumulation, not up here in a big resistance zone in the 190s. So bullish chart, but at some point there will be a retrace.
I can see Matt's cursor keeps just subconsciously going back to the Ichimoku conversion line.
Maybe. I mean, it's really, really steep right now. So any kind of back test is possible. It
needs a back test that conversion line at least. And then if it fails the conversion line, it'll do a feint back towards the baseline. But if there's a moving average to catch it between the two, that's where it'll hold up for a little bit.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead, Tracker. Back to you.
All right. I want to do a quick, just looking back at AMD that you just showed here and how it's sort of, you were talking about how it wasn't guaranteed to backtest this 142 again. Let's see. I put this a log scale on, but these are linear fibs. I just did this smaller degree 1, 2. I was kind of predicting a larger degree 1, 2 right here. And I'm trying to figure out if we get it, don't get it. It really looks like, since it didn't close this gap between here and here, that looks like our, put this back. Wait, let me just pull. How can I do this? I need to do, crap. 1 second. 107.09. Oh, I just need to do like that. I just need a little room here. Okay. So it's really done the, from right here, there's your minor 1, 2, all of 3. No. I'm sorry. What I'm trying to say is that there is a, here, I'll just do here's the big 1, 2. And then this is probably the 3, 4. No. I'm sorry. I know I've got it in my head. So this is the 3, 4. And yeah, between the wave 4 and the wave 1 here, there's no space going back to it. I mean, there's a space of fib space of distance. That could be a top right there. Though on this scale, it should really go 7.6. I'm really sorry, guys. I thought I had this in my head, and then now I think I've just got too many things on this chart. 7.6618. The 1.618 back to the 1.2. Well, yeah. So it should go to the 2.26. That's what I should say. 2.618. All right, here we go. This is where it's heading. The 2.618 because this went to the 1.618. This is going to the 2.618. 229.17 is my next target for AMD from where price is right now, and I'm just going to have to hold off on this 1.2 that I was projecting. I'm going to have to redo that, and then MP. I was doing MP. So Materials Corporation, when we last talked about this, price was up here, and I was saying, well, it could go back down to this 889, and instead of going down to the 889, it went all the way up to the 116. This is the log scale. These are fib retracements from from this high to this low and then back, and it made a new higher high. It's going to have to retouch this 888 here, I think. So I'm just going to get rid of this part and say this is what it's likely to do next. Look for it to come back to the 100%. If it can't make a new higher high, oh yeah, it goes back to the contentious 786. Ooh, that's like losing half of its value. All right, well, maybe you can hold the 889. Anyway, just be careful. This could be a resistance because it just went so straight. Unless it's palantiring. I don't know. Maybe Matt have better insight on this actually. But I would be careful here. That's definitely a resistance point. A retest of 6019 would be a good place to start. Okay. Let me do one more, and then I'll hand it back to Matt. 856. Oh yeah, let's do Galaxy. Do my Galaxy chart up? I should. No, I don't. Okay, GLXY. I'm in Galaxy. I like Galaxy. I bought it very early. Maybe a little too early, but let's see. Log scale. Yeah, I'm looking. Let's go back to the linear scale. It basically did 618 more than 236. The 123.6 is the minimum target that I've got next for this all of the wave 3 here. And we just had a rough patch, here. It just went sideways, just like XRP did. They went back, grabbed as much liquidity as they could, and now they can go up higher. So we're from prices right now about 69, 70% higher to at minimum $48.22, maybe $48.89. And if I'm wrong, it can go to the 1382, but let's look for the 123.6 first. 71% higher for Galaxy. And then it would test back to the 786 over here. If 123.6 is the resistance, goes to 764. If this goes to the 1382, then the support is here at the 100% level at 4002. All right, and back to you, Matt.
Yeah, I'll do an update on MP as well. And MP, I'm watching that 6019 the most because it was the 2022 high, the top, and it broke out, right? It also already broke out, almost back tested the ARC too here. So I think the continuation higher is there as long as that $60 maintains as support. So the next resistance could be that 98, maybe the 120s up top, and the ARC is up there as well around that 120. So it's a very bullish chart, right? Big, massive explosions and big candles closing above a lot of important levels. So especially that previous all-time high. And it already back tested it 2 weeks in a row. So the continuation higher was there because of those successful back tests. So 6019, stay above it. It gets more bullish. I'll do HL, Hecla Mining. This stock is very interesting. I did a monthly fib actually from the all-time high back in 1968 and the low, and just wanted to show that on a month-to-month basis, it's stuck, right? There's really nothing interesting about this stock because if you just go back in time between this 618 and the 50%, it's been just in that zone for decades, for like over 20 years. It's just incredible how it always just gravitates back to that range. So there's really nothing that interests me about this stock ever. If it ever gets back above the 829, then maybe it can build a base, but it's done that many times. It's gone above that and it just got rejected at $12 and came back down, gets rejected. So ultimately for me, it would have to be to get above 1214 to get more interesting, right? Because that zone hasn't been reclaimed since the 1990s, way back here. So reclaiming that would be a good thing, but it might take forever to do so. So in the meantime, it's just range bound, and your range is basically 485 to 829, and nothing's really going to change that scenario unless either level breaks. Let's see. I see a cat chart. Since it's cat day, let's do Caterpillar.
Cat day.
Yeah. Caterpillar. I do have a couple of fibs here from just the recent high to the low here. That's basically the 1.618. It kind of got rejected there. But is it going to break through? That's 437.22. That's a possibility. We see on a month-to-month basis, these are monthly candles. It is getting kind of extended from the conversion line down here. So it might need more time consolidating. We can look at the weekly chart too and just identify that we did get multiple weeks of rejection at 437, so the potential to go lower is there, right? Even down to the 405 or the conversion line 397, or even a back test of the 382, which was that 2024 April high. So the potential to break out is not there yet because it had many opportunities to do it. So we're just looking at consolidation, maybe another higher low. But for today, we can watch this 418.17, see if it can actually close above it today. If not, then the potential to go back to the 405 or retest lower is there. So not looking like a continued breakout just yet. It already had a big run up ever since all of this stuff back here in June and May. But now it looks like it wants to cool off just a little bit more. All right. Go back to you, Tracker.
All right, let's see. I just want to show this why volatile stocks are so painful to hold one more time, and just tell you this is every physical precious metals miner ever, except the space between the spikes. It takes years, decades even, and then you make money for like a day, and then it goes right back into waiting for the next bottom to put in. Mining stocks, physical mining stocks, will break your heart. I recommend stay out of them. That's why tech is so awesome, because tech moves so much faster. Here's Ouster by request. And you can see the chart I drew. It almost looks nothing like what I drew, except for the fact that it did do 764 almost. It dropped lower than 382. It really went all the way down to 11.4. Kind of got stuck at the 382 where it was supposed to break out, and went for one more liquidity grab below the 11.4, but never made a lower low than my larger degree wave 2. Remember, this is wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, subwave 1, subwave 2. Subwave 3 was supposed to be the 1382, but it really looks like it went crazy. Can I get a 1618? 1618. It went past the 1618 even. And then came back to the 123.6. Now, remember, usually a 1382 comes back to the 100%. This one went more than 1618, almost 200%. And then it back tested the 123.6 instead of the 100% fib. So it kind of like came up a fib. Anyway, unless it goes all the way back down to 1951, which it could, but it probably isn't going to. Seeing as it's back at the 1618 now. Oh, unless that's the ABC. All right. So two scenarios, right? One is that, let me get closer. One is that it is going to go back to the 100%, and this is just an A, B, C, and then it touches this moving average 75 pretty quickly, actually. Or it continues higher, and that was all of wave 4, even though it's way... it could be. Anyway, it should be going to the 2618 next. You know, regardless of where it goes back, if it goes back to 1951, or if the bottom is in, it goes higher from here. 4163 is the wave 5 top. I'm guessing based off of. Oh gosh, it could be even higher since this went. Oh man, let's say 2764. This is probably a good. Oh, this is what we want to see. All right, log scale. I'm getting really into this one. These have log scale too. This is an older chart of mine. Okay, log scale. It's trying to get back to the 618, right? The $38.30 is where it wants to go. All right, back to linear. $30.38. Continue. No, that's the 2382 again. All right, never mind. Well. Look for overall just a log scale pattern of down 382, 236, probably the 702, 5365 actually. All right, I like that better. Sorry to, when I do these charts on my own, I have all the time in the world to work on them, not during the shows. Sorry about that, guys. Why are you not? Just do this. Okay. All right, yeah, so $54, I think, is where it wants to go. I just can't be sure if it's going to go back to 1951 or if it's done testing down yet. That's Ouster. Oh, let me show you guys. Did you notice that SoundHound went up like a bajillion % this morning? So let's see where we are in relation to my minimum target. We still got a ways to go to get to my 382 linear scale projection. 1526 at minimum, where prices right now. That is another 13% higher. Then I've got it testing back to 1183. Yeah, and then on log scale, these have to be log scale fibs, and this has been my last one for the day, and I'll throw it back to Matt for whatever he wants to do or say. Yeah, so this one went up, tested back to the 298, got back over the 50% level pretty fast, back tested. Can't get over the 702. It wants to get over the 702 to go to maybe the 786 or the 886. Let's say 886 and it goes to 618. All right, here we go. So my thinking now is that it goes to the linear scale 618 and probably back to the 382. And that would give us, let's see, from our prices now, 52% higher. Now let's bring it to the 886. Exactly 886. So 49% higher to 1997. Then it drops back to the 786 to test that for support before it goes on to the 1168 up here, which is, so the olive wave 3 takes us 166% higher to 3475. So we just, oh my God, I was labeling something crazy here. Crazy big. It was that other chart. Hey, come here. See there. I'm just trying to tell you that. What am I trying to tell you? Yeah, 1997 to 1640 to 3475. There you go. That's my new chart for SoundHound. All right, back to you, Matt. How do you want to finish off today?
Yeah, I'll finish off with some questions that I see and just MicroStrategy. Ooh, that rhymed. And let's see, the conversion line is at 408. Let's see if we can close above for MicroStrategy here. And just keep right in this arc as support, the 360s, 408, 360s. That's the range until either level breaks. I see a question about, would you guys consider starting position at MP? There's not a chance I would start a position because if you know me, I only buy the pain or buy when it's boring. I do not chase because it's about risk reward. You know, the higher price goes, the higher your risk, the less reward. And on a bullish chart, the lower price goes, the greater the reward and the less risk, right? It's all about risk reward. That's why I don't chase. That's why I don't give a crap if things just keep skyrocketing without me. I look for something else. Because I already have been in Palantir since the 20s, so it doesn't even matter, right? Like, there's a lot of opportunities out there. There's no reason to chase. And there's one more question I see from Wan Cheng. And which trading view do I have? I have the highest one.
Oh yeah, I always get the highest one.
But if you're just doing the basic stuff, you might just need basic. I don't know. I think they even have a free version that just has a few indicators, maybe like one indicator that you're allowed at a time. I don't know. Just depends on your trading style.
Absolutely. Start with the free trading view and just get used to it. And then when you get frustrated because like you can't do as much as you want to do, then go ahead and pay for it. Get the month-to-month subscription until after Thanksgiving. The Black Friday sale, they do it once a year. It's 40% off for the whole year. So just do month-to-month until you get the Black Friday sale. There you go. And then buy for a whole year at a time. Then every year on Black Friday after that.
Yep.
I have one more chart I'm going to show, Matt. I'm sorry. Just one.
Oh my God, Tracker! It's so late already.
It's already drawn. It's already ready to go. It's this VBPR chart that I drew a long time ago, and it's still in this triangle. It made a slightly lower low down here, but the next thing to do is make this part of the W, run up here to 852. That's the 2929. Back to 639. And then on out of this triangle. And look, here's your W for winning. So VVPR, they're an XRP treasury. That's all I wanted to say. All right. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And lastly, will I buy TTD? No, I won't. That chart has not had momentum for a long time. So I will not buy it.
It's a great stock though.
No, it's down to 58 pre-market. Not a chance. Not going to buy it.
It's just going to 11.4.
If it goes to $28 or $29, I will buy it. But if it doesn't go there, I won't. Pre-market, it's tanking. It's
If you love it,
crashing.
57.39. You
Yeah.
think it's going to go even lower?
No, it has a potential to stabilize around
Look here, it
$59.
tested that. It tested this level back here in in
But
November. It was this
it's
same level in November. Runs up, comes all the way down. Does a Yeah, this is a great 1-2 right here. Well, a long wick like that, I love it.
I don't know.
I
I
totally
just all I'm looking at on this price. All right. I guess we'll never end this show, but what I'm looking at on TTD is this black line here, how it's been a big resistance zone for a while, and it just got back to it and got rejected massively, and that was started in 2020. So this is not a momentum play for me. I don't see any kind of momentum in the stock. So if I don't see any kind of momentum to the upside, and it had a really the chance to break out was right here. The chance to break out right here, and it failed that. So because of that failure, I just don't care about it. Like, even if it does recover here and go back to the 70s, 80s, I don't care. Right?
It looks like a cup and handle, but it's like a handle and a cup and a handle.
But yeah, here's 29 right here. It never really back tested that 29, the blue level here. So that's if it went back down there, then I might be interested. But at these levels, I have no interest just because it's just range bound. But with that said, I got to run, guys. So I'll see you on Monday.
Thanks, Matt. Have a great weekend, and you guys too. Happy Friday. Happy Cat Day.
All right. Bye-bye, guys.
Show the